Hi, and welcome to the shop. I'm Neil. Gail's taking the pictures, and today we're going to do an unboxing, although strictly speaking it's already been unboxed. These things have come in at different times and I've accumulated them until we have enough to do a video. So you won't have to see me unwrap each individual piece, and we'll get right into the tools because after all that's why you're here. The first item that we have is a large pair of wooden dividers for drawing circles or arcs on wood, and these look like they're probably homemade. The points have been filed down from square nails. There's a square nut on the bolt holding them together, and also tool marks on the top where it was rounded off. The next item is a corner chisel, which would be used for framing work, where they would use it to chop out the corners of a mortise. And this is marked GI Company number 1 EX. And I haven't been able to find any information on that company. If anybody knows, please put it in the comments. You notice there's been a couple holes that are drilled in it at some time in the past. Probably somebody had this hung on the wall as an exhibit. This item is what I would call bowl lads, used for chopping out the inside of a bowl. There's no maker's mark on it, and the handle is held on by a bolt that runs all the way from the top down through the handle here. Next item is an old pair of shears. Not super old, but they're stamped Midwest Tool Company, and this company got started in 1945, and they're still in business today, but their modern shears have brightly colored plastic handles. It's also stamped duckbill and forged in USA. The next is a carpenter's tri-square with a 10-inch blade, and it's marked Stanley, patented December 1896, has a rosewood handle and brassware strips. Next item is a hand drill, and this one's kind of puzzling. There are markings on this in two different places. Right here it says number 1, and then on the chuck here it says Miller Falls M180, patented September 20th, 1898. And I've looked at pictures of Miller Falls drills on the internet, and the only picture I could find of a 180 shows a push drill, which this obviously is not. This looks more like their Model 77. So if any of you drill experts can enlighten me on this, please put it in the comments. Originally the gear wheel here was probably painted red, but some subsequent owner has slopped some lumpy black paint on it. It's got a screw-off end here, and there's a little pocket in there for holding wooden drill bits. Next item in the box is a small carpenter's clamp. It's marked Sandusky Tool Company, Sandusky, Ohio. That company got started in 1869. And I have an older screwdriver here with wooden handle scales riveted on. Unfortunately, there's no maker's mark on it. Obviously, it's been around a while. And this one's had a hard life. The top end's all peened over from somebody pounding on it. Then we have an older bevel gauge, rosewood handle, brass screw and fittings, 12-inch blade. Unfortunately, like a lot of them, this one is not marked by a maker. It just has initial B that someone carved in the handle. Back in the days before modern types of bearings like roller bearings and ball bearings, before those were invented, most of the bearings and machinery were made out of babbitt metal, which is a soft alloy. And when those are cast, you use one of these little babbitt scrapers to smooth them out. No maker's mark on that either. Here's a pair of steel and brass dividers. No maker's mark on that either. Just a pair of initials that someone punched into the end. This item is called a spoke pointer. That's a number C1 manufactured by Albert A. Woods Company, a maker of wheelwright tools. It originally sold for 75 cents, and it'll point the end of a spoke anywhere from 2 1/4 inches down to 1 1/4 inch. And you can see on the end there it's designed to be fit into a brace. Next item is called a tenon cutter, for use by chair makers or wheelwrights. This particular model will cut anywhere from a 3/8 inch tenon up to a 1/8 or 1 inch. It's marked E.C. Stearns and Company, Syracuse, New York, and that company opened in 1864. This is a little wood and brass bevel gauge, or scratch gauge rather. It's got 2 beams so that you can set it for 2 different distances. No maker's mark on this one. The beams are 8 inches long and they're marked in increments up to 6 inches. Then I have an older putty knife here, no maker's name on it, but has some nice wooden handle scales with brass rivets. It's obviously a quality piece and not one of the cheap plastic things you find today. I've never been that much interested in wrenches, but I thought this one was kind of interesting. It's stamped Ford, and on the other side is a stock number beginning with T, which means it was for a Model T Ford car. When you bought your car, you got one of these wrenches, and the wrench can be used on one end to take off the wheel lugs, or on the other end to remove the spark plugs. Okay. And one final thing, this is a modern carpenter's pencil, and I just learned recently the reasons for its particular shape, which I didn't know before, so I thought I'd share them in case you haven't heard of it. First of all, it's flat, so it won't roll off the table. And the dimensions are always the same. It's exactly 1/2 inch wide and 1/4 inch thick. So you can use it as a quick and easy measuring device while you're working on your carpentry. Well, that's the end of the unboxing. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.